Parasites. So, according to the news, parasites are currently a problem, as I'm sure many of you are aware. I printed this off the internet, just want to share. Um, According to the definition, a parasite is an organism that lives on or inside a host to obtain nutrients, often causing harm. And right now, there is the cyclospora parasite, which is causing problems, which is found in pre-shredded iceberg lettuce. First of all, a couple years back, okay, now this is based on my facts and opinions that I've gathered and the rabbit holes that I've gone down. So it struck me one day when I came across some information about parasites, and I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. Most pet owners wind up giving their cats and dogs dewormers. So if that's a problem for our pets, wouldn't it hold up that it's probably a problem for the owners of the pets as well? So why wouldn't people need some type of dewormer or parasite cleanse? And according to some of the information that I researched, they said that up to 95% of pet owners, so if you have a cat or a dog, it specifically stated those, approximately 95% of pet owners carry parasites in their body. So then I did some further digging, and lo and behold, what do I discover? Gosh, there are medical research articles that are now showing and proving that many parasites can cause different types of cancer. And parasites can cause some other diseases that are known to man. If you are interested, there is a company called the Wellness Company. And for a fraction of the price of what pharmaceutical companies will charge, they will wind up providing things such as a combination of ivermectin and mebendazole, which will only cost you a few $100s out of pocket, not the thousands and 10,000s and more that hospitals and pharmaceutical companies are charging. I also want you to be aware that there are many natural remedies to doing parasite cleanses. And again, do your homework so you know what will work best for you and how much to take. So things like clove, wormwood, burdock root, I hope I said that right, burdock root, garlic, pumpkin seeds, and black walnut hull can help to cleanse your body. Some of those you do need to do in combinations with some of the items that I mentioned. Some of them you can do on their own. Also, parasites love sugar. And what is in most of the foods we eat nowadays? Refined sugar. So some suggestions I have as well is to limit your intake of sugars, whether it is refined sugar, corn syrup, even brown sugar. I was just watching a video the other day about ice creams and how they're putting more and more sugar into ice cream because they're removing the good natural ingredients that were a part of it. Also, let me see here. Oh, stay away as much as you can from processed foods. So even the World Health Organization's group number one of carcinogens includes processed foods such as deli meats. So do as much as you can to try to eat cleaner and to stay away from processed foods. I wrote myself some other notes here. Let me just take a quick peek. Oh, the other thing I want to make you aware of, and this is like really interesting too, that the powers that be will often do things to try to get people who are looking for information off track. And so when you put in your topic and it comes up with the top hits, isn't it interesting that oftentimes there is something else that replaces what you're looking for? So for example, right now we've got this huge, well, I'm not going to say huge, but a concerning outbreak of parasites with cyclospora. And when you put the word parasite into your search engine, it's not the organism that comes up first that lives on or inside a host. It's the movie called Parasite, which is a black comedy thriller film and won several Academy Awards. So, interestingly, the distraction is there again to try to keep us from the important information. This goes to many other things that I've researched too, that there is the distraction tactic that tries to lead you away from the actual information. I'm just going to throw this one in as an aside here for the moment too. So I want people to be aware, because I've noticed that when I have been shopping at multiple different stores, that it is very difficult to come across spring water. And it seems like most stores nowadays are carrying mostly purified water. Well, there we go with their wordplay again. So I want you to be aware that they use that term purified, but do you know that purified water is just a glorified name for tap water? So that's right. You're not only paying for the water coming out of your tap and for your sewer, but you're also paying additional money to purchase more tap water in bottles that they are providing for you. So, going a step further, in case you aren't aware, and I have done my research on that as well. So we've got fluoride in our tap water in almost every city in America, and fluoride calcifies the pineal gland, and that reduces our connection to Source, God, our higher being, however you want to look at it. So there's a lot of deceit, a lot of, wow. Actually, going back to the parasites for a second. So it did cross my mind, are they putting the stories out there about the cyclospora because they have to tell us that parasites are a problem? But what they're neglecting to tell us is how much of a problem parasites are, and how parasites, again, are causing many different forms of cancer and other common diseases that we have had around for many, many years. Yeah, these pharmaceutical companies need to be kept in check. We do have certain medicines that are important and needed, but again, when we know things like ivermectin and mebendazole can cure with no side effects, why isn't the public aware of that? Okay, well, hopefully I gave you some things to think about, and I highly encourage you to do your homework and to investigate and look into it further so that you're comfortable with the information that you come across. My job is to help educate and to help make you aware. So I hope I've done that. I hope I've done my job for today. Okay. Take care, because we got this.